Hello, I just want to introduce myself to you and just explain to you why you're receiving this and what it's all about. So, I'm Leslie Hawkins, and my business as a women's business coach is called Create Your Designed Life. And there are 5 areas of life, but I've called it Create Your Designed Life because when I'm coaching women, there are the 5 primary areas that matter, even though what I do is I work with business clients who are holistic practitioners where they're providing some product but predominantly a service. Now, so what do I do? What we do at Create Your Designed Life, we work with these clients in a very potent way to really fast track time, to get the results of up to, in some cases, an 80% increase in cash flow. And also, what's very important within that is not to be competitive, not to discount, and to have very loyal clients and lasting changes in clients' lives. So we package all of this whereby clients can focus on their clients with vitality and energy and not work long hours. That's really potent, to be able to live life on your terms, doing what you love, and in a way that is a newer business model than the traditional one of one consult at a time just for one fee. Now, there are 2 aspects to your business, and one of them, naturally, is because you're very skilled, you've got your qualifications in the services you're providing, and then we've got there's 2 camps, so that's the one camp, and that's the camp that you love. And the other camp is what a lot of business women aren't very good at. I'm not saying you're not, don't take it personally, but in my experience of talking to a lot of women in business, and this is my past as well, I'm being transparent here. I was lousy at business. I was passionate as a counsellor and a coach and all that I do, which is much, but there is no school for what I teach in business to marry the two together to get the results that I've just said. Now, let me say this, when I'm working with a client, I guarantee them the results in the time that we're working together, not when the program finishes. Now, this is not for everyone. When I say I can guarantee an increase in cash flow, in profit, anywhere from 30 to 80% in a time frame of 30 to 60 days. Let me say, again, this is not for everyone. So that brings me to the next part. So just stick around. This video is not very long, but I want to give you this opportunity because it changes lives, and I do this, and you're getting an opportunity which is a little bit different here, and I wanted to personalise it so you can feel you either like me or you don't, but you feel that you know me. And this is what I'm about, because my past, if you got to know me, I struggled for a long, long time before I got this dialed in of what I'm bringing to you in this opportunity. Now, there is an eligibility process for this, and this is what it is. This is the opportunity for you to consider what it is. So I don't sell, I don't do the push. What I've mentioned is on the table for the right business owners, and for me to get someone to know if they're eligible or not, what I do, I book someone in who wants a business evaluation done. It's a Q&A. It's about a 55-minute phone session, and it's very, very strategic. So it's not a chat, it's a Q&A. And when I've gathered all of that information based upon my prospects' reality, I'm not coaching. It's the Q&A is based on their answers are based on their reality and their truth. So at the end of that time in our session, I've gathered all of the information about you on the relevant areas that I need to know about. What I do is I take that away and I process it, and then we do another session because I do not rush. So I give the feedback on your business, on your situations, in all the aspects that matter. Uh, so I give all that feedback. Now, the price for this, sometimes it's a one session evaluation, but most times it's 2 sessions. So the price for this, it's an upfront fee, and the price for this is $450. Now, at the end of the second session, when I've given the feedback, at that point, the business owner has absolute clarity and they know exactly what's going on in their business, whether it's your mindset, whatever aspect, because I give the feedback. So that really informs the business owner. They're very empowered then to know what's going on, where the struggles are, where the strengths are, where there are skills that need to be learned. Whatever it is, it shows up. Now, the other thing that's really good about it too is even if after that you decide that you don't want to do anything to go to the next step, that's not a problem, because you take that information away and you might decide to work on one thing only at that time when we've discussed it, not the leveraging up to 80% in 30 or 60 days working together. And that's quite fine, because the way in which I work is very client focused, and I actually tailor coaching programs for each client individually, exclusively for them. And that's why I can guarantee the results that I speak about. It's not hype, it's not selling, because the information I gather gives me a crystal clear picture, and from that I give the feedback, and then it's up to the business owner to decide if they're I can let them know if they're eligible to scale, realistically what they could expect to get depending on their business and their services, if they're massage therapist, beauty therapist, naturopath, any service basically, any service. So I give the feedback on the feasibility of what I can make a recommendation. So it just might be that a client wants to work on one thing for a month or 2 months. They mightn't be ready for everything. So that's what I mean. If you choose to do nothing, that's not a problem to me whatsoever. But the client walks away very, very empowered. Now, of course, you'd have questions around this, and I totally get that. This is not the space for that. I just want to give you this opportunity and invite you to the next step. Now, I want to talk about something too. I'll give you the steps on what to do next if you're interested. But this is only available for anyone who has an interest in this. If they're a 7, like out on a scale of 1 to 10, this is very basic. Everyone understands it. So on a scale of 1 to 10, if your level of interest to have this done, for us to book this in for you, for me to do it, you've got to be a 7, an 8, a 9 or a 10. Anything under that, we're not judging it, but you wouldn't be ready for it. The other thing is, all you need to do is make a decision. And I'm saying all you need to do, because this is where a lot of business owners let their fear, I don't mind if you're a little bit skeptical. That's normal. I've been there too. I've had a lot of skepticism, but it didn't hold me back. I still made the decisions. Fear and trembling, I didn't let fear win. I did it afraid, but I kept making the decisions that turned the needle forward to what I wanted. And it hasn't been easy, but I'm very, very, I'm very pleased looking back in retrospect that I did. So when I do this for clients, I really hold their hand and support my clients. And, if they don't believe in themselves, that's not a problem, because I know what I'm doing. And until they get the belief, they can borrow mine. You might have heard that saying. I learned that from a coach. And, because really what changes the game and minimises skepticism and fear is results. Otherwise it's still unknown, it's not tangible. So yeah, there is no change. in your life if you don't change. And I know you all know that, but it's the truth. And so this is my offer. And the next step for you, if you're going to move yourself forward, you've got to make a decision. And that word in Latin, the word decision, means to cut off all other options. No, you cannot have results and excuses. It's a bit like oil and water, they don't go together. So if you're afraid, you really want this, do it afraid. That's a teaching from a lady preacher who I respect so much. I learned that years ago and it stuck to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done the things that I've done to move me forward. So if you're afraid, that's very normal. Do it afraid, but you've got to really want it. You've got to be willing to have a go once you know on the other side of getting the evaluation feedback on your business. All right, so if you want to procrastinate, that's not my business. Nothing will change if you procrastinate and let fear and skepticism be your guide. The ego is up in that, and you've got to be open to the possibilities. So I'm saying that for those who are going to back themselves and really appreciate this opportunity, all you've got to do with is in the email where I've sent you this, is you've got to hit reply. And what I do, this is very simple, but I will say it slowly and clearly. There is a process, and to follow that, all I require is you hit reply, and in the body of the email, say yes, and then put your name, your business name, your phone number. And the other thing that is really, really informative for me is I want to know what your reason is for wanting the business evaluation done. That would give me tremendous insight before we get on the phone and have a chat and I answer any questions and we book you in. So it's a 55-minute session. I only do them in the afternoons. I only do 5 a week. So don't, if you're serious, you've got to take action. Otherwise, you might miss out. So that's all I require. So again, you see this up. I wanted to do this video so that it gives you the opportunity. You can play it in your own quiet time and really check in with your own mind and heart connection. What shows up when you listen to this? Any skepticism, any fear, any confidence, any appreciation, all of that in the mix. And you can stop and start, you can listen to it. That's what I wanted. It's your property. And so I'm only interested in people who want to take action, and that is the process that I've just said. And my phone number in addition to that is 0438 125 519. And again, I am Leslie Hawkins, Create Your Designed Life, women's business counsellor and coach. So thank you very much for spending this time, and I hope it absolutely changes your life for the better. Thank you. Bye-bye. I'll see you on the phone.